Hi there, it is Sonia. Welcome to my channel. I want to start off by saying thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers because that's really exciting for me. Now, often I get in front of this camera and I am all about how to do a particular balloon design. So today, something different. I am going to share with you about 50 facts about me just to help to get to know me a little bit better, because I'll also want to get to know you better, and I look forward to seeing any comments that you might pop below just in regards to some of the things I discuss, and maybe you're the same. If you are, let me know. You know what to do. Number one, this video is actually inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers, Rachel Maxey, and I will talk about some of the other ones that I am a big fan of, and I will link them all in the description bar below. I wanted to start off with, okay, I don't, now you see it, now you don't. This is a scar that I got because my sister and her friend locked me in the garden shed, and I thought Chucky was going to come alive in there and kill me. Well, not quite Chucky, but a doll that I had that I thought had a dark spirit, let's say. So that was a scary time. There was a lot of blood. For the record, I don't think it was Chucky that did it, but you never know. I nicked it on a bit of exposed metal in the shed, and it yeah, gave me the scar. So I remember a friend in high school talking to another friend, basically trying to figure out if they had a weird looking elbow too. You can't always see it, but it's pretty naff. My favourite kind of movie to watch is the supernatural kind, horror thrillers mostly. My childhood put me off like that experience with Chucky, but if it is a scary one and ghosts, that is my favourite kind to watch. The negative effect of that though is I have a tiny phobia of the dark. Nothing too major, but if I've just watched a scary movie, I can't get to bed quick enough. Since we're talking phobias, when I go to turn on a light and if it doesn't turn on, to me that is something scary is about to go down. Luckily in real life that doesn't really happen, but when it does and a light bulb's blown, it does make my heart stop for a moment or two. It's often a theme in my nightmares. Please don't use this information against me. That and haunted toilet blocks. Yeah. In fact, last night I had a dream where I turned on a light and things didn't go so well from there. I'm a cat person. I love cats. Dogs are cool, as are other animals, but cats are my favorite. And we also have 4 chickens, and I think chickens are pretty cool. Something about me is, you probably guessed it, I make YouTube videos about how to make balloons, but I also love making all sorts of items. Well, one of my earliest memories is moving house, and I remember packing paper, sticky tape and scissors, because that's what every crafter needs to get a good idea going. And with that, one of the earliest compliments I remember receiving was my skills on cutting at creche, so that stuck with me. Oh, and something else from when I was a child is apparently I was good at doing belly flops into the pool. Like, how can that even be something to be celebrated? But somehow I was pretty okay at that. So I like to make stuff. One of those things that I like to do is crochet. I started because I wanted to learn how to make a baby blanket for my son, and it was super cute, and I got there. Right now I'm trying to make a blanket for me, and these are the 24 squares I've done so far of a 25 square blanket. There's some pretty nifty squares. I really like. See that? Ooh, beautiful bow. I think this one might be my favourite. And the YouTuber I love to watch to learn about all things beautiful crochet is Hooked by Robin. Like, seriously, how cute is this cutie? I love it too. Another one of the crafts that I love is making polymer clay figurines. Here is a little turtle I made. If you have not seen it, I actually have a video that you can watch which is going to show you just how to make this, however, out of balloons. Oh, like seriously. I'm a little bit enamored by it. I like this little cupcake. I have been trying to make ones that are based on balloons, and I've actually thought about the idea of creating some videos that are polymer clay and balloon inspired. I want to get a little bit better at that craft though, but watch this space. This is one of the earlier ones that I did. I just love it. And here's a donut. There's actually an Australian YouTuber who I love to watch her videos, Creative Rachie. I'm going to link her as well below, of course. She has some gorgeous tutorials and she's a beautiful person. Aside from those, my major passion is sewing, sewing and balloons. I do have a dolly back here. She's one of the early ones I made. It's actually a pattern I designed myself, same with the little dress she's wearing. This fawn is another kind of creation that I do, just recently more so with the beautiful yarn, otherwise, well, actually I haven't finished this one. But yeah, I love making those. I actually have a sewing business and it is called Honey and Bee. I will go ahead to link my socials below, so go ahead to check that out. But some of my other favorites, from there include this witch and this little pumpkin polymer clay pendant that I made for her. Just combining one of my favorite things, Halloween. This one is actually one of the first that I did. There. I even designed the embroidery file for her face. I sewed the sewing pattern for my fawn and I'm working towards this doll. It's taking me some time, but I'll get there. And this is actually one of my favorites. Mini Me makes me happy. I have a cert 4 in fashion design. What that means is I am no fashion designer, however I do know how to make my own clothing from scratch, which is a lot of fun, and it's been a little while since I've done that. My Dropbox is full and I don't care. Pink is my favourite colour. Once I even owned a pink Suzuki. I like to think I was born under a lucky star. I think I attract a lot of good luck, which is amazing, but is it by design? I don't know. However, a lucky star, that was me. Halloween is my favourite month. I said what I said. Christmas is a lot of fun, Easter's pretty cool, but Halloween is my jam. My favourite soft drink is Pepsi Max, and as I was going to say that fact, I realised or remembered I had one in the fridge and I could really use some right now. Alright, so let's talk a little bit more about balloons, yeah? So, for me, 2019 was my year of balloons. I was lucky enough to teach a workshop for jazz trading, sponsored also by Qualitex over in Queensland, and it was amazing. Thank you so much, Zoe, for that opportunity, and Qualitex. But also, I auditioned and got onto Australia's Got Talent, which was amazing. I started twisting balloons in 2008. Started my channel because I love connecting with people and I love sharing with people. So if I've got this opportunity to be out there and share with others how to make the things that I love to make and they appreciate that, I get a lot of joy from that. So that's a big reason why I do what I do. Thank you for being here and being a part of my community. I really appreciate you for that. Although I love balloons, I have a full-time day job and it's to do with training, and part of that again is I love sharing with people, sharing passion for what I enjoy, and just really helping people get a leg up in whatever it might be. Learning how to twist balloons, is it how to sew, is it how to progress in this particular field I work in. I guess that's just me, I do love to teach. My first job was with Woolworths and I happened to progress into a role of staff trainer, which was a lot of fun, and I think that really helped to instill the love of what I do today with training. Fun fact about my time with Woolworths, since I started there when I was 14, I actually got long service leave at 24, and that's when I went back and studied my Cert 4 in fashion design at CDU. Why did I go and study there? It was because I wanted to learn how to sew my own outfits, but not only my own outfits, but my own costumes. So before I did this course, I did do a few costumes, one of my favorites being the Dark Magician Girl. I am going to pop a few up on the screen. I really love cosplay and I was a little bit into that scene. I've still got a lot of cosplay friends or people I met at that time who are amazing people, so shout out to y'all. Sailor Moon, Daenerys Targaryen, a friend of mine, I commissioned him for the shoulder parts and the belt, but I made all the rest of the dress, and I actually at the time did a how-to on one of my vlogs, and I think it's pretty popular, and I like to think I helped spread a lot of Daenerys costumes around the world. Sailor Moon is really all enduring for me, and she's probably my favorite, but definitely her and Kimberly the Pink Power Ranger rate really high in my mind. I'm married and I have 2 sons who I adore. So let's talk a little bit about my favorite movies. When I was growing up, Charlie's Angels was one of my favorite movies to watch. I actually saw it in the cinema 6 times. Yeah. Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, Drew Barrymore, they were amazing, but I kind of had a crush on the creepy thin guy. Don't judge me, but Crispin Glover was pretty awesome. But even before my Charlie's Angels days, my favorite VHS to watch was Mortal Kombat. One of my best friends, Juanita, she convinced me that we needed to watch this, and after a little bit of, do we really have to? I finally watched it with her, and I think that movie changed me. But seriously, I thought it was amazing. My favorite character, of course, was Sonya Blade. I mean, how could I not? Continue on a theme. If you tell me it's cold outside and I follow up with, and there's no kind of atmosphere, if you get that reference, you're the real MVP. I used to love Red Dwarf. It was one of my first favorite TV shows, but admittedly the latest seasons, I think they lost their way. The jokes felt far too forced, and I thought it fell very flat. I wasn't a big fan of those, but the early days, I fell in love also with the movie Phantom of the Opera. I saw that on stage twice. I was lucky enough, and it was amazing both times. But I also saw the sequel Love Never Dies, which was also amazing, and I love singing along to the music from both. I do love singing. Mostly it happens when I'm driving in my car, but I really get my jam on and invite me to karaoke if we're ever in person, because I do have a lot of fun with that too. If you're wondering, my favorite kind of music is 80s or 90s pop music. There is a lot of amazing songs and can't get enough of them. I was a girl guide for 10 years. First a brownie and then progressing into girl guides, so from 7 to 17. The country I have visited the most is Indonesia. I actually went to uni back when I first left school to study English and Indonesian. I never finished that teaching degree. I was even going to go and study in country in Lombok for, I think it was 3 months intensive. However, the Bali bombings happened and that put that on hold indefinitely. But in the end, I never went back to teaching, but in a way I'm grateful. I still get to teach and train in what I do and here on YouTube, so I think I fulfilled that ambition in life really. While I was going to study Bahasa Indonesia and country, definitely not bilingual. Even these days, people might laugh if I said I wanted to be an Indonesian teacher, I don't know. But back in that day, I had a real interest for it, and I still do. I haven't been there for some time with how the world is now. I can hold on a conversation in Bahasa Indonesia. Kenalkan, nama saya Sonya. Saya senang sekali bertemu. I believe that didn't sound terrible. So while I can't hold a conversation, I do get by. Don't know if you can see it, but this is one of the brooches in my collection. I love to wear brooches. I don't do it every day, but I do have some vintage and I do have some non-vintage. In fact, I've even here's one that I made. I do wear that one on occasion. We are getting right to the end here. So before being a YouTuber, I didn't watch a lot of YouTube videos. I didn't think I was really that interested. And ever since I have flipped that switch and started watching, my hair and makeup game have definitely leveled up. So if you're a YouTube creator and you don't watch a lot of other YouTubers, what are you doing? Get out there and do it. I owe a lot to those unsung heroes who share their skills on platforms like YouTube. That's where I've really leveled up my game in areas like polymer clay, crocheting. I just really find that the knowledge that is shared online is invaluable, and I'm grateful to all those amazing people out there. Thank you for what you do. My favorite kind of takeout is a burrito from Zambreros. Cheese over chocolate every time. I'm trying to make it a thing, but everything's better with feta. Or everything's better with feta. Because seriously, it is. I love feta. And 50, I am about 250 watch hours from monetization, which is insane and crazy and good. So I would love if you would help support me in getting there. Apparently YouTube tells me this video is the one that you should watch next. However, I've got about, I think, 85 or so on my channel, so I would really appreciate it if you would maybe watch a few. I love putting a positive twist in your life. If you've been here from the beginning or if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.